Welcome to Indigo Goddess. I am Lindsay the Blue Pixie, and here with Indigo Ash. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I am doing good. It's the eve of Christmas Eve today, and I'm really excited. We decided to do a little things a little bit different for this podcast. We're going to read cards for the collective. And what a great time at a time of giving and love. And anyone who's alone this time, like I thought I was going to be alone, and I was actually really excited this year because I'm like, I wanted to reflect. And then last minute, my friend is going to rent a car. Jared's renting a car, and he's going to make me dinner for Christmas. Isn't that so nice?
So sweet.
Yeah, so
I'm
excited. He's one of my really good friends. So miracles around Christmas, and Ashley, you just said that you had a Christmas miracle.
We did. We are camping in Florida and near Cocoa Beach. One would think that the weather would be lovely, but we're expecting this crazy cold snap. And, I've been a little worried, not super, but this nice neighbor of ours in an RV, and we're tent camping. He's all like, I'm going to be staying at my girlfriend's, so if it gets too cold, you guys can come in my RV and turn on the heat and all that. So I'm like, sweet. Yeah, like we've been like, well, it's pretty cold. I mean, even right now it's like dropping, and I think we're all going to be cold, like 30s. Like they have hypothermia warnings to people.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy in Florida. Like, right? So
it's been like,
will all be good.
I think it's been below zero other places. So yeah, it's been a cold winter.
Negative wind chills, like in the negative 30s and 40s in the Midwest. Like that's cold.
Gosh. Yeah, I was walking to work the other day, and like it was only 17 degrees, and it wasn't too bad because like I usually stay warm because I have everything, but the wind chill up here, oh my gosh, it is like ice because of like all the hot springs up here. Like it is bitter cold. Like, oh my gosh, cold to the bone. And this person stopped and was like, can I give you a ride somewhere? This nice lady. And I was like, actually, yes, I'm just going. She's like, it's probably not that far. And I was like, I love small towns. Like, gave me a ride. So sweet. All the blessings to her and her kids, that they gave me a ride down the street, and it was so nice.
That is so sweet because it's a wind. We always called it a wind tunnel in the frozen tundra up in northern Utah. It's not pleasant some days. So
and it looks warm, and I'm like, it's so nice and sunny today. Oh my gosh, no, it was cold. So lovely. Well, that's lovely. Okay. Well, I have these wonderful 3 decks I picked, called to me the 7, the Oracle of the 7 Energies. And it's going to be backwards on this, but I will put pictures and I will put descriptions in the comment area, so everyone is who has worked on these beautiful decks gets credit for it. The other one is the Faery Temple Oracle, and it's the back of that, and Nature's Whisper. So these are the 3 decks that I pulled, and so I'm going to pull out for the collective for guidance that we all need to, that the universe wants to send all of us. If you're listening to this, and it resonates with you, I am so happy. Whatever doesn't resonate, leave behind. Whatever resonates, take with you. When it's done for a collective, sometimes one person may need to hear one thing and one person needs the other, and sometimes it just may be all of it. All right.
And if you happen to be listening in a couple months and it resonates, divine timing is a real thing. So
Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you'll see into it right away or in a few months when it's nice and warm. All right. So I'm gonna pick the 7 energies. What guidance for the collective? Our listeners. All right, goddesses. Well, 3 wanted to, whoa. 3 wanted to come out of the 7 energies. So the first one that came out is the higher view. And it is a lovely lady on an eagle. And this one always tells me to, if there's hard things in your life, if there's something going on, look at the higher picture. There may be a divine reason that it's happening. Ashley and I were just talking about this the other day, actually. Like one time my car tire got like all sludged on it. And I was like, I didn't even know this could happen. But it turned out I got a ride from somebody and we ended up doing, I did something different, and it ended up being a really good experience, and got information I needed from this person. And anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, this is divine. So look for the love in the situation, even if it feels dire. What can you take that's positive from it?
Right. And
Any thoughts?
I just feel like this release, it's in the same vein as what Lindsay just said. Like when you're in something, it's hard to step back and take a higher view of it. And trying to communicate with your higher self to get the information you need to pass through what you're going through faster and with more ease. And just find that higher thought, that little bit easier path, find that little bit easier way of looking at something that's difficult, and transmute the lesson to love and light faster. Because I
Absolutely.
feel like that's what we're doing. We're taking all these heavy energies, working within it, and letting them pass through us fast.
Absolutely. I do feel like that is, especially for us light workers that are feeling the energies so strongly. There's a reason you're feeling them strongly.
Right.
I have learned, especially in the past few months, that transmuting those and always, like sending it out with love, light, um, helping the energies of the collective by transmuting the negative ones that come through. The next card that came out was Beautiful Uncaging of the Heart,
Interesting.
right after
Oh, wow.
Beyond the Ordinary. So to me, that's saying when we look at the higher view, and oh my gosh, holy crap, the numbers, like I like numbers. The higher view is 41 and that Beautiful Uncaging is 14. So they mirror each other.
I love it.
I do, your heart will be open. And I do feel that for the collective, there is love and light coming besides just in our personal lives. There is hearts opening everywhere, and more love and light, and Beyond the Ordinary is more than you can even imagine. Like it is, like I have been feeling for a long time in the future. Like I just feel like the waves of love and light from the future, and that has been my anchor for moving forward in my life. Feeling that love and light in the future. And when we take the higher step, see how your heart does open and realizes that you are being taken care of, you are important, and you matter, and you are designed for exactly what you were made for. And see how your world changes. And just for the collective, I do think that there is a lot coming. There is amazingness. Any thoughts you want to share on those, Ash?
I was just thinking how interesting. We've talked about maybe time being like a river, and there's some big events coming downriver. And when it happens, it's like it sends out the ripples, and you get sometimes like that down feeling or that anxiety or that fear, and it's not even yours. Well, one thing, like you talk about an anchor of yourself sending back waves of good, is like the other day I was really down about something, and I was just walking by myself, and all of a sudden I felt all that pressure and weight just lift off my shoulders, and I had the best feeling. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking, trying to feel gratitude or anything. Like it like the bad feeling just went poof, and it was like lifted right off. And I think that as we navigate what's coming, um, since we're already feeling like we're ahead of the wave, we're the ones who are like processing the first salvos of whatever's coming. And but that also means that we're the first to achieve the joy and the peace and all of those good feelings. And so I definitely want to spread that, you know, that love and that peace that I'm feeling around, because everyone else who's still waking up, these are a lot of heavy emotions that we've all been dealing with for years. And they're starting to kind of pull their head up and go looking around and going, oh, things aren't quite what I thought they were. And so I feel like as light workers and as people who are bringing peace and hope and focusing on that, just remember that ease is there too. So even though, like, as we walk into the maybe some dark times or something for other people, we're already past, and we have that access to the ease that we can bring and hopefully bypass a lot of stuff. So that's what came to me.
I love that. It was beautiful. So I'm gonna pull from the Fairy Temple Oracle, and I'm getting that it's things to come. Okay, so the first one that came out was Take Flight, Daring, Bravery, Certainty. So to me, the picture of her, like, she is content, she's doing what she wants to do, hanging out, and it's funny that it says take flight and she's sitting. It's like taking flight doesn't necessarily mean to step into action and go forward so hard that you're gonna, it's take flight means be yourself, do the things that make your inner heart soar. And sometimes that's just hanging out with a tree. Find your inner self, and that is how we soar, right? Following our heart.
I love it. Love it.
The next, it's real. So the next two that came out was Truce, Ceasefire, Resolve, Prosperity. So to me, that is flight. Like, we are going into peace. We are going into prosperity. And the other one is End. So end, swept away, culminate, restore. So end is always a new beginning. So the end of turmoil, the end of angst, and goodness is coming. Truth, like, that is beautiful. That especially those coming out together.
That is awesome.
And the other word in this one that steps out to me is certainty. We will have certainty. We have had so much uncertainty and so much craziness, and what is real, what is true. One thing I know 100% is that love is real. Our experiences are real, regardless if where we are is not, or it is, I don't know. But our experience is real. Our love and connections are real. And that is a certainty that you can already know, is that you're a being, you are inner light, and we are all God sparks. We are all have stardust in us.
Well, and what I heard too is when we're acting out of love or in love, then like good is being created. And I've thought a lot about how media movies like were preconditioning people for certain behaviors, right? So they show like a pandemic and they want you to act a certain way. And, like I think of a Night of the Walking Dead or whatever it was called.
Uh-huh.
And or not the Night of the Walking Dead.
It's
The
just
Walking Dead, sorry. Duh. But like it's dark and it's evil and all this stuff and it's so just heavy. And I'm like, and they always showed people who are kind getting taken advantage of or being killed and it was like, oh, you can't be nice, you can't share, you can't create a peaceful situation, because if you do, these other people are going to come and kill you or take your goods or whatever. And I'm like, you know what, I think humanity, like, we as a people are kind, loving, giving people. And the media and the Hollywood has wanted us to feel like you're a dupe or you're in danger every time you're kind and nice and loving. And so I would just say, if at any time you're faced with how should I act, or do I dare lend this to someone, or do I dare be kind to that person, do I dare give them a ride, do I dare let them stay in my RV and I don't know this person other than a 20-minute conversation, it's like if we act out of love and we act out of kindness, all the world will heal. And I don't think that if you get that feeling to help someone, I'd say like 99 million out of a billion times, it will end up good and it will end up right. And I think it's really rare when you're acting out of love and kindness that it comes back and hurts you. So I felt like that's
agree,
kind of a global thing.
because what you put out comes back to you.
Yes.
And I love that you said that, because the universe, people are putting out things all the time, like I need help with this, or I'm here to help, who needs me, like people who are
Right.
there to hear the call are there to do it. And when you listen to the universe, something I heard today, and it was a nice reminder, because it's something that we've all been heard, I'm sure, is that love given is never lost, because
Right.
whether that person receives or gives you that love back, you are giving love out of your heart, and the universe will find some way to bring it back to you.
Yes.
And because like attracts like, and when you're putting out so much love and so much kindness, and not make, like, there's making excuses and there's just reality. Sometimes things just are what they are and there's nothing you can do to change them, but we have our attitude. We can control how we react and
Exactly.
situation. And I think that's really important. All right, we got last deck from Nature's Whisper. Oh, I love this so much. All right, the first one is Adventure. And I love, it's like a seashell in the sky.
I love it.
Adventure, trusting your own understanding and celebrate differences. Like, I love how these all came out together, because what we were just saying, like, how you understand, I have long said that I feel like each religion, each thing is a different analogy, whether you resonate with it or not. It may be a different understanding and you need a different way. So how you understand something is very important. how the universe communicates with you, understanding how it's going to communicate with you in a way that you're going to understand, because especially if it's our higher selves, like we are going to help ourselves in a way we are going to understand. And
Right.
the universe works the same way. And if you don't get it the first time, there'll be a different way, you know, that comes in. And that's why there's all these different analogies, because there's different cultures, different things. And trust your own understanding, trust your own knowing. Sometimes it like I'm like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Like, is anyone else feeling this way? It is good to, you know, like bounce your ideas off of other people, especially like, you know, it's hard to not have self-doubt sometimes, and it does help confirm, but knowing it gets easier when all those confirmations keep coming, and knowing that you know yourself, you know what's right for you, and you know what is best. And when you are physically, mentally, and putting out there that you want to move forward, you want to understand, and the things you want to understand, it has to come in divine timing, as well as like certain keys, right? Like you can't, like sometimes you'll have piece 1 and 3 of the puzzle, but then you get 2 and it's like, oh my gosh, I see how 1 and 3 go together. And it's all about finding different pieces of the puzzle. And how we do that, like I love the adventure, because adventure is how adventure to me is like what makes me happy, right? Like what are the adventures that makes me happy? It doesn't necessarily mean go travel. It could be an adventure to go to a new class, it could be an adventure to do this, do that. It could be an adventure to like stay in bed all day because you're tired and you've never done that before, and you're like, I need to rest. What is this adventure going to take me? And celebrating how we are different and what makes us unique and our spark, and your understanding and finding ourselves and our inner knowing. And then you're not worried about what everyone else is thinking, you're not worried about what everyone else, you're just worried about yourself. And then because you love yourself so much, you start recognizing that other people may need help here, or then you're just helping to help. And I think it's really important to know ourselves. And something I heard the other day at work, we're always told like you're selfish if you are focusing on yourself. Well, if we don't focus on ourselves and our own inner knowing, if everyone woke up tomorrow loving themselves, it would be a lovely world, you know?
Right.
Because when we love ourselves, then you love other people, because you love yourself and you're not worried about how they're understanding something. You just say your inner knowing, and hopefully it helps them. If it comes to that, you know, sometimes you don't say anything, and the best thing to do is not say anything. Following our own intuition and our own inner knowing, we are being guided, and by listening to that, that is where you know, our core, our heart, that's how we move to a better place for all of us.
Yeah, I like it.
Any other
I was just gonna say, I've been thinking, you know, like words or spells, like where the English language is like learning all the words, like what they really mean, you know? And my sister and I were talking the other day because my son had said or done something. I was like, I'm just gonna ground you and stuff. I was kidding, you know, but I was like, you're just gonna have to sit by the fire for days or something. And also my sister looks at me and she's like, grounding. I wonder if we're supposed to like actually take the kids out and take their shoes off and stand them in the grass and have them ground or against Mother Earth, and if that's the origin of that meaning. And
love that.
I love like these little glimmers that just come when you're open and you're seeking information and seeking to have that inner knowing, how certain words are starting to really like take on a different meaning. Discernment. I'm like,
You feel like
discern,
a
you
lot
know,
of our words have been hijacked to mean negative
hijacked.
things, so we don't like. I think like even the word Amazon. Okay, think about that. Like
Right.
someone said, like it was a couple of years ago, and someone said that there was a fire at Amazon, and I was like, "There's a fire in the Amazon." Or there's a fire at Amazon, and I was like, well, that sucks for all the packages. And they're like, no, the Amazon forest. And I was like, oh.
Oh,
And then it made me think, I was like, wow, that worked really well. Like they just by naming this company Amazon, it has literally almost taken out like the Amazon forest, which is such a huge part of our earth, and our like trees give us life. You know.
right.
And I love that ground, like when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, like that is the perfect thing. If a child is acting up, they do need to be grounded, like, you know, take off shoes,
Dude, yeah.
like connect with the earth to help, because they're probably getting an overload of energy, and
Yeah.
grounding is perfect. I
I
love
wish I'd known it a decade ago when I had 5 and 6 year olds, but it'll still be handy now.
oh my gosh,
Except for now, my kids,
I have an
I
idea
think
for
it's brilliant. I
now.
was,
Oh,
we should create like a whole thing just saying if your kid's misbehaving, ground them, literally. Come out and ground them.
I've been grounding my kids today. I love it. I love it so much. All right, I'm guided to pull just a few more cards out of this one.
Okay.
Um, Endless Possibilities and Uncharted Sea. I love
Ooh,
these came out together.
that
So
was awesome.
I just got chills. The end message um is that we are going into new waters. We are going into places this coming year that we have never seen. And there's endless possibilities. It's all like I feel just like I just getting tingles all over talking about this, but limitless possibilities. Endless. Like think about
And
that. Endless. In new charted water, like this is going to be a new world, and we are all going to have opportunity to thrive and
yeah,
find what makes us tick, and explore the gifts we all have. We all have different gifts, and we have been in past, we have been suppressed, and we have been taught that we aren't special, and that we're just all just trying to survive, and it is what it is, and there's, you know, no light in sight, and that the opposite of love is not hate, it is fear.
yeah,
Fear, if anything is fear based, I stay away from it. And yes, it's important to know what's going on and some things, but even that, some of it's not real, some of it is. Use your discernment, Ashley says, and knowing that um we can be anything, and we are anything, and we are more magical than we can even imagine. And we have, I mean, think about that. We have stardust within us. We have, some people call it the God spark, the universe, the all. Like we are a part of the atoms. Everything is atoms, everything is energy. We are part of that vibration. And
right.
we have more power to manifest, more power to do the things we are. And we've been in this 3D vibration where we haven't been able to explore our gifts fully.
Mm-hmm.
As the vibration raises, more and more of our memories are coming back, more and more of our gifts are coming back, and trusting and using our gifts is how they grow. You can't expect, I mean, it does happen that for some people, like, you know, some suddenly they just channel and hear everything, you know, and they were made for that, and it was the right timing for them. A lot of us have to use it, work with it, and figure out how our gifts work. And being in tune with ourselves is important, and trusting ourselves and
Mm-hmm.
feeling that inner knowing, listening to our heart, our gut, and our mind together, and syncing up and what feels right to us. Because if something feels off and icky, it probably is.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I keep thinking, I feel like personally, I've had this like tugging at my core energy, and I feel like something is being like created right now. And I have been having like this like crazy sensation of my solar plexus being like pulled on. And I'm just like, this is like such a weird thing. It's like something's like pulling, and it doesn't feel dark. It doesn't feel like a negative energy or anything. But I keep picturing, you know, like there's like in sci-fi movies where the figure goes like arched, and like all of a sudden like all this magical stuff comes out, you know, and that's what I feel like is happening. I feel like this is pulsing out, and there's like this major shift coming. And I do think like it's uncharted waters. Like we don't even know what it's going to be like when we get like it is going to be so different, and I'm excited for the differences, you know. Every time crap happens around us, we're like, oh, this 3D world. You
I
know,
know, I
it's just
know.
like, oh, I'm tired of it.
I actually had this sensation the other day. I was laying and I was kind of meditating, and I literally felt like a separation of, like, it was, I've never felt anything like it. It was like I was flying and I was floating, and I was like, this is weird. And then like I kind of went back to my body because it freaked me out a little bit. And I was just like, it wasn't dark. It was just like, oh, that's never happened before. I
Yeah,
was like, oh my gosh, I
it feels like
really,
that.
like, I don't know, I've been feeling uh, this last year my wings energetically. I don't know if anyone else has been feeling that, but like I feel them, and I can't explain it properly, but uh like there are certain times where I feel them more than others, and I'm just like, okay, well, they're there. Whatever, I'll just go with it. So this has been a lovely little chat session, and I'm so excited we decided to do this. Our next episode is going to be with um Tracy again, Ashley and I, and our friend Jared on the divine feminine and divine masculine. If you like this, please like and subscribe. We also have on our Telegram channel, Goddess, Indigo Goddess, our chat session. Also, we are going to be doing memberships for meditations, and I'm actually going to start doing sound bowl meditations 3 times a week for everybody, and just do it live in the chat session for everybody. And then we will be doing meditations and card readings if you want to do like a membership to have more than just the sound bowls. If you'd like to be a guest,
And if you're interested,
yeah,
oh, I was gonna say, and if you're interested in a private Akashic reading from Lindsay or I, just DM us and we would be happy to work with you.
absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. We have enjoyed, and thank you for all your support. This has been so fun, and we're excited. I'm not sure if we'll get our next one out by the beginning of the year or right before the end. We're gonna try and record in this week. So love you all, goddesses. There are links in the description for the chat session and everything else. And you can send us private messages for readings, or send to me and I will get it to Ashley. Thank you so much. Anything else, Ash?
Just make sure you're acting out of love, not fear. If I have one thing from today's talk, that's hitting me. So
Yeah,
anyway,
if it's fear, know that that is not of God and the universe. Love is God and the universe, the all, whatever you identify it as. Awesome.
prime source creator, whatever
Absolutely,
we
the
want to
one true
call it.
creator. Lovely. We love you all, goddesses, and until next time, have a lovely
Love
day.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.